joining us right now is Farooq Abdullah. Now, a lot of people have spoken. Farooq Saab has also spoken. Omar Abdullah has spoken on the manner in which this attack took place. Now, there is a controversy whether this was an attack or an accident. Farooq Saab is now with us. Good evening, sir. First of all, what would you like to say about the events of yesterday and also the politics that has followed?
I think one of the tragedies of Indian politics has become that nobody is ready to talk honestly and listen honestly. The attack on Mamata ji yesterday, whatever it is, it needs to be investigated. Whatever happened is unfortunate for the politics of India, for the future of India. I mean, if goonism has to take place, then what sort of politics are we going to run? This is not Indian democracy. Indian democracy was far better, far vital for every one of us. Let's honestly face election. I think nowadays this election thing has become so rough and tragic. You know, I can't tell you how bitter I feel about it, that how bad I feel that this is happening in our nation. I hope that our leaders who are guiding this nation today will have the courage to speak against such things, because India needs to hear them as to how they feel what is happening. They should come out and reject such politics of hatred, bitterness, tragedies, beating people up and spending all sorts of money to buy people, to sell people. I mean, this is not Indian democracy.
Mr. Abdullah, see, we spoke to a lot of leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party and they said that you look at, they question Mamata Banerjee's track record. They say that this is a lady who made fun when JP Nadda, the BJP chief, was attacked violently with stones and bricks. When Kailash Vijayvargiya, leader of the BJP, was also attacked violently with stones and bricks. Far from condemning it, she made fun.
Well, look, if anything was done which was not democratic way of doing things, we all reject that. I, as Farooq Abdullah, rejects any such thing, attack on any leader, whether he's in opposition or in power. We must be more tolerant. It is tolerance that we need, and understanding we need, and patience that we need, which we are gradually losing. We need to go back to our roots of tolerance. And if what was done before, I condemn that strongest words. But I also condemn this, because not only is she a lady, and we've just celebrated Women's Day, we want more empowerment for ladies. But this is not on, that you target women. We see a lot of these things happening in our nation today. Our mothers and sisters are not safe on the road. What has happened to us? Rape, then killing of those young girls. This is not preached by any religion. And all of us must join and condemn such and fight against those goons who are doing such things.
Mr. Abdullah, the BJP also says that you should not look at this from the prism of her being a woman chief minister. It should be seen from the prism of a party chief trying to save her, political fortunes in a state where she feels that her fortunes are dwindling. And that is why words like melodrama, acting, trying to gain sympathy, all these words are being used. What do you make of the political impact of a move like this? Do you think that the fact that she is lying in a hospital...
I think it is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think it's unfortunate that people in power are using every single method they are using to target her and to target her party. Let's have a fair election. That's what we all need. We need fair election. Not browbeating, not spending money in crores and nobody there to investigate where is this money from.
Mr. Abdullah, do you think that only a fair investigation in this matter will help reveal what has happened? Because, you know, let me put the facts straight. The fact is that she is hurt. Nobody is denying that. It's an undeniable fact. But that somebody attacked her is her claim. That is how things stand at this moment.
I don't think Mamata would cook that up and be in the hospital. I don't think so. Let's be straight about it. I don't think so. It's unfortunate if people start thinking in those terms.
But you know, Mr. Abdullah, this is not the first time something like this has been said. This is not the first time an allegation like this has been made. And I draw your attention back to that incident when the BJP chief was attacked. And we could see in the pictures that he has been attacked. And the Trinamool Congress said that this has been orchestrated by the BJP itself. Almost similar allegations that have been made by the BJP now. I just wonder to what end one is playing this politics.
I think this politics must end. If we want a strong India, a democratic India, we must stop these things. We must have the courage to listen to the others and then let people decide who they want and who they don't want. But not methods of violence, whether it's by one party or the other. That has no place in democratic setup. And every one of us should condemn whether it was attack on the BJP or it's attack on her, on anyone. We should stop these things and we should work very hard that such things don't happen.
Mr. Abdullah, my final question, do you feel that basic political courtesy and decency dictated that perhaps the Prime Minister or the Home Minister or the BJP party chief should have inquired about an accident or an attack, whatever? The point is she is hurt. Should they have not inquired or spoken about her or wished her speedy recovery? Basic decency.
I think it is I would have said yes, they should have. Humanity demands that they should have at least wished her well and hoped and said that whatever has happened, we condemn it. That would go a long way to build a strong nation. I think this they should have done, and I am hoping that they will do it soon. That would make a very good difference in this nation.
Do you think this is a fallout of a very acerbic form of politics in West Bengal? This is not the first time we have seen this. Even in Lok Sabha 2019, we saw how vitriolic the campaign had become. Do you think this is nothing but a consequence of that the TMC uses harsh words against the BJP, hardening of positions on both sides, which is not favorable for a democracy?
I think it is true there is hardening on both sides. I think both of them should mellow down a bit. It will be good for the nation. And let people decide honestly what they want, without pushing them to walls and without doing all sorts of irregular things. And that will not make a great country. I would advise everyone that let us go away from violence, all these tactics. And if we make mistakes, we should apologize, whether we are in power or whether we are in opposition. That is how this will work. But if we continue to be make hard steps and hard statements, that will create more bitterness. And I always say that every election has divided India more than having united India. I think let us see how we can unite India by having a better election, a safer election, a comfortable election, and people's voice being heard. That would be very good, very nice for future.
Mr. Abdullah, I think that's a very sane advice from an experienced politician. Thank you so much. Let's hope that politicians listen to you and listen to your advice. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless this nation.